Greetings, my beautiful people. This is Holly. I am Queenship coming to you for another TGIF Gratitude Fridays. And as last week we went into the workbook, and we're going to go back into the workbook today of Let's Check In on You by India Brown. And last week we were talking about thankfulness. On Gratitude Fridays, we take this time to not only have gratitude, which is our attitude, but also to do some self-love, some self-care, some empowerment, um, some encouraging, some real talk with self, and some affirmations, just to encourage us throughout our journey, our walks, our weeks, our days. And so we're going to be doing a few weeks in this workbook on just sort of creating your own self-talk and creating your own affirmations, to help you motivate yourself, to help you work on some areas that need healing, that needs just some tender care, and giving yourself grace. Giving yourself grace through all the things that are going on in today's world, maybe things that are happening in your life. We're coming up to the end of 2022. Wow. Can't believe that's almost over. It did go by pretty fast. But thinking about now the things that we're leaving in 2022, the things that we're going to carry into 2023, the intentions that you want to walk into 2023 with, and some of the things we want to let go of, some of the things we're going to reflect on, we're going to restore, we're going to release, and we're going to rise. So we're going to reflect, release, restore, and rise, and walk in your light, walk in your purpose, walk in your peace. And so we take these Fridays on TGIF, Gratitude Fridays, to not only just go through the workbook and just sort of tap into our heart and ourself. As we talk about on Queenship Quarters all the time, Queenship Quarters is not the physical space that you're in, but each and every part of the queen. So that health and wellness, that hurt to healing journey, that journey back to self. And so this week's exercise we're going to do in the workbook, again, we're working on the workbook, Let's Check In on You by India Brown. And I read the things that are in the workbook at a pace where you can have time to write down. Also, we're going to do some repeating of affirmations. So I will say them, give you time to repeat them and speak them out loud, because what we speak in the atmosphere, what we speak in the universe, it echoes back to us, and it has just an energy of power behind it. So today's exercise is going to be greatness. And we all are our own unique being, and we all have greatness in us. Sometimes we might be going through things and we don't realize the greatness within ourselves. We don't see the greatness within ourselves, and we don't allow ourselves to see the greatness in other people because of the walls we have up, because of some of the things we haven't let go of, but we all have greatness in us. So today's exercise is on greatness, and it starts off by saying today's affirmation is going to help you understand how to recognize your own greatness. The character of a person is defined by the individual traits that make that person unique. We all have that one thing that makes us feel like we can be and do anything. That is how we find out who we really are and what force we bring with us. So for this exercise below, take a moment to think about yourself and answer truthfully. So we're going to read this out loud, and I'm going to say it at a pace where you can repeat it and say it out loud with me. Okay? I believe in my strength because it has carried me. I believe in my strength because it has carried me. I understand my power because it has enlightened me. I give my loyalty because it has not failed me. I will give all of me and ask for nothing in return. If the character of a person is defined by the person's traits, then I have just given you the definition of me. Wow, that's deep. So the exercise they want us to do is write 3 things that you admire about yourself. What are your best character traits? So we all know what our character traits are, and what do you like about yourself? What do you admire about yourself? And sometimes it's hard for us to think about those good things or those things we see that are great about ourselves. We could think about a whole list of things we need to work on, but it's a lot harder sometimes for us to think of ourselves in a good light and list those things. So it says list 3 things that you admire about you, that unique you, that great in you. So one of the things I admire about myself is my creativeness. And then so when it asks you to write them down, it'll say write what you admire and because. The box next to it says because. So I admire my creativeness because it allows me to manifest visions and create space and events and um, places or things and bring them to fruition, and also um, in creative, out of the box ways, or make it an experience for people, and not only for people but for myself. I love the visions and the ideas that come that are downloaded in me, and it excites me to be creative in that way, where it also builds me and fills me, but also can build and fill others. So that's why I like my creativeness. I wonder what you're writing down. Think about it. I also admire my self confidence. There's a difference between being self confident and being arrogant. And I admire my self confidence because, one, I love me. Two, my mother taught me that love of self first in order for me to be able to be what all I can be for others. So I love my self-confidence. I'm not easily deterred or intimidated. I know what the universe and God has placed in me. So there's no reason for me to be intimidated by anybody else because I know what is in me and I know the greatness that's in me. And I also have self-confidence because I'm humble in those things that have been given to me. So I don't mind sharing and experiencing and collaborating and partnering and giving the gift and gifts and skills and talents that I've been given to others, um, and being of service. That's deeply rooted in me is serving. So being self-confident allows me to give those gifts and talents. Being self-confident allows me to shine that light. Being self-confident allows me to create. Being self-confident allows me to be that visionary. To be self-confident allows me to be that creator. and that leader, and at the same time having that humbleness and that sense of service in order to have that manifestation occur. So in myself, and being able to be self-confident enough where I can step out on faith, and step out in the sense that I'm gonna put my footprint. I'm gonna leave this legacy. I'm building this legacy, not only just for myself, but for my family and for my community and for others. So, and my third one and my last one, I admire my compassion. As strong of a person that I am, and as outgoing, outspoken, um, very direct person that I am, I still admire my compassion. That goes back to being of service, giving back, um, being that person that sees the person's heart first, meeting them where they are. Um, Being compassionate is giving grace and space for people to be where they are, and if they need um, motivation, encouragement, assistance, help, that preconceived notion that we all might have, I know how to check that and look at the person, look at the heart of the person, and see where their need is and where I can help. Um, yes, we all have preconceived notions, we all have biases, but to have compassion, in order for that to grow, you have to learn to look past those things, learn what things are, those biases are, and work on with the intention of changing that thought, and allowing that biases to be dwindled down and have compassion rise. And because we all are human beings, and we all are created with purpose, we all are created with our own individual journeys. And so um, we all have our roadblocks, our pitfalls, but we also have our rising and our triumphs. So we cannot be so quick not to have compassion for one another and give grace where it's needed, and allow people to come within themselves. And if they need assistance, and if they require um, help and assistance, that we don't go into it with a heart of judgment instead of a heart of compassion. So those are my three. Hopefully you've come up with your three. And then once you do these exercises, then it's another page where where you can take notes, or you can write additional things and add to your affirmation or your thought that you just had. So this, I admire my, because that's my affirmation. I admire my creativeness because it gives way to help others. I admire my self-confidence because it gives way to humble myself to share and manifest. I admire my compassion because it allows me to see people and see where they are, who they are, their heart, without judgment, which I would want reciprocated to myself. So you sort of creating your own affirmations as you go through this workbook. That's what I love this workbook, because it sort of, works on you and your self-thought, your self-talk, because we're the first people to hear what we think. So it helps you sort of work out your thoughts and your own affirmations. So I want to leave with a few of the affirmations that I have found, and I want to leave off reading those. And some of them are I am statements, which everyone knows that follow Queenship Quarters podcast knows I've started a That I Am line of clothing and products. And That I Am is exactly that. All the words that follow I am have power. And it goes out into the universe and it echoes back. And so we have to always, in confidence and intention, I am. And so my That I Am line, you should be seeing and checking out so you can just always be reminded of your greatness. So today I found um, an affirmation for self-love. And so I'll say it and give you time to repeat it out loud, and we'll go through it from there. Today, I choose me. I know I am smart and capable. I realize I am more than my circumstances. I love the skin I am in. I have knowledge and ability to achieve everything I want. I will speak positive words and think positive thoughts no matter the situation. I attract success. I attract prosperity. I know how to make great decisions. My black is radiant and beautiful. My hair texture is beautiful and unique. Then we have some affirmations for success. I control my success. Today will be a productive day. I always start off with that. We have to start our mornings off with intention and positivity and power. So I repeat that. Today will be a productive day. I will be the best version of myself I can be. And that's all we can do. Be the best version of yourself that you can be. Not what somebody else thinks you can be, but what you can be. And when you're honest with yourself on where you are this particular day, this day is our daily bread. We can't worry about tomorrow. So be the best version of you that you can be on a day at a time. I think in abundance and not scarcity. Think in abundance. Don't think in lack or scarcity. Think all things are coming to you abundantly, over and abundantly. So I'm going to repeat this again. I think in abundance, not in scarcity, not in lack. I manifest the great day I want to have. You know, everything starts with a thought. So whatever you start off thinking in your mind, it's going to lock in. So manifest, and that's going to manifest itself throughout the day. So I manifest the great day I want to have. I choose to do great things. Today, I will be full of awesome ideas. Open the mind up to be a creative. I love it. I love it. I love it. Today, I will be full of awesome ideas. I will achieve all my goals for the day. So don't overwhelm yourself. Make attainable goals for each day. If it's one goal for each day, two goals. If it's something for work, something for home, for family, just set those and say, I will achieve all of my goals for the day. But don't pressure yourself if you don't. The intention and the effort and the actions and the steps that you take throughout the day fully given to it is what the purpose is, that you're going to achieve all of those goals for the day. But give yourself grace if things happen and you don't. Just pick up the next day. I will be the change I wish to see. It starts with self. Anything that you want to see changed, it starts with you. You be the change that you want to see within yourself, in others, in your family, in your community. You can't expect things from other people that you're not willing to do for yourself. And the last one, today I will make a positive change by doing something I have never done. That might be overwhelming for some people and that might be scary. But on the other side of the fear, on the other side of the nervousness, there's greatness, there's power, there's enlightenment. So you have to push through. You have to keep making, even if they're little steps, to get to the other side of the fear. So that last one is, today I will make a positive change by doing something I have never done. In order to get to our greatness, we got to keep making those steps and things you've never done. You will never do what you wanted to do or never have done unless you make the steps to do something you've never done. So I love that too. So as always on Queenship Quarters podcast, again with my That I Am line, I always talk about that I am legacy, that I am queenship. Queenship is the air, the energy, and the vibrations of a queen. Also, I want you to remember, queenship is not a trend. When you hear it talking to each other and we say, hey, queen, that's my queen, or queen this, that's not a trend. That is your divine essence. So queenship is the air, the energy, and the vibrations of a queen. It is not a trend. It is your divine essence. As always, peace, love, and light. Many blessings to you. And I'll see you the next time on TGIF, Gratitude Fridays. And keep in mind, gratitude is our attitude. And make sure the 3 pillars that you should follow, or I pray that you follow and encourage you to follow, is love of self, family, and community. So again, gratitude is our attitude, and we see you the next time on Queenship Quarters podcast. Peace, love, and light.